Alright, so this is the last video of the night. It's by Art Support, Jordan Peele, How to Turn Fear into Success. And let's just see what Mr. Peele has to say. Dude makes phenomenal movies. He's made the movies Get Out, Us, and the new one that just came out in July, Nope. Out of those three movies, I've seen Get Out, and then I've seen Nope. I haven't seen Us. Us really just didn't look that entertaining to me, but it was probably a really good, well scripted movie by Peele. I did see Nope, and I did see Get Out. Nope. I'm gonna go with that one. I think that one's probably my favorite, just because of the fact that it's newer, and I don't know. I thought it was a little more creative. But yeah, let's just get into the video and see what kind of motivation he has in mind.
We face our fears.
My creative engine. It's a combination of my friends and family.
I loved film so much that it hurt.
It started with dreams and ideas. So let's mine the things that work that don't require a huge budget.
Hello, artists. I have something for you.
Well, thank you.
And by the way, who's you guys' favorite artist? Like, who was your favorite rapper growing up? Who was your favorite singer growing up? Who did you look up to growing up? Was it your parents? Was it your siblings? Was it an uncle, or auntie, a grandma, a grandpa? Let me know. Share it. For me, it was my parents, man. It was my parents. My mom is a very hardworking woman, and she's just willing to, sacrifice just to produce happiness for others. And my dad, like, he's just a really deep thinker, and you know, I think that he produces blueprints, and it's only up from here for my family, man, and for me, and for you guys, the viewers. So, but let me know in the comments, man.
That was a commercial.
Art support.
With Key and Peele, it's like, money was always an issue, as it is with every movie and every TV show ever. As soon as I come across oh, but you can't have this, or, oh, you actually can't shoot this in an auditorium, you can shoot it in a classroom, I go back and say, well, why is a class...
And I want to bring that up too. That's the thing. Like, I'm just now starting off with my YouTube channel, my Twitch at AfroNinja702, by the way. Go check it out. I damn near try to stream every day, except for work days. Work days is so hard to stream because I just be tired, man. I be mad tired. But anyways, money. All you have to do is know what you want in life. Know the tools that you need to do, for your hobbies or, whatever it is. Once you know what you need, just visualize it. Visualize it, write it down, have it in your mind. And then in order to, acquire the funds for it, don't be afraid to ask your parents. Don't be afraid to ask family members, see what they can do for you. If it's okay, I don't know what age you are, but if you're older, go get a job, dude. Like, stop playing, man. If you have dreams, go get a job. Go get a job. If you're a kid, ask your parents if there's any chores available. See if you can find something on the internet that can get you a little closer, like, silly stuff. Like, it's just an example, but oh no, my thing's cutting out, man. But there's ways to do this stuff, man. There's always a way. You don't have to have the best equipment. Just figure it out. Use your brain. Use creativity. It'll go a long way, and trust yourself.
classroom better than an auditorium. And then you rewrite the scene towards that. So my philosophy coming into Get Out, which was we did for $4.5 million. We did for 23 days. And my philosophy was like, anything they throw at me has to be the best choice that the fates have decided for this movie.
You pick up a nail gun or a hammer.
And, that's another thing. Bro, just do it. Just do it. Like, literally, like what the Nike symbol, bro. Don't worry about how things turn out. Don't worry about how other people view you or your content or whatever you have to offer to this world. Just do it, perfect your craft, and keep it pushing. Be consistent, okay? Be consistent.
Or a pitchfork, like it's improvised weapons or something about that that's a perfect horror trope.
This movie gets made, it's not going to be a huge budget, and so let's mine the things that work that don't require a huge budget. That is, so that's why I put a lot of the horror and the scares in the dialogue, in the performance.
Hold on, I don't mean to pause the video, but I think my camera's acting up. I just want to see if it's still on. Okay, it's still on. My bad. I'm gonna edit this part out.
In the moments, in the ideas. Most brutal moment in the thing. We don't see. There's no prosthetic. There's no blood in that scene. It's a guy. It's Chris is stomping a pillow, and Jeremy's moving his legs and that kind of thing. So that's the sort of philosophy I went to. Is if you put too much gore, if you show if you show a knife going in, you're sort of taking away from the brutality and the audience's involvement.
I love to take an impossible risk with the premise and work backwards from there and say, you can't do a horror movie about race in this way, in these times when there's so much actual pain and suffering, from racism. And
that's another thing. I don't know if this correlates or like connects to what he's saying, but be yourself. Always be yourself. Don't pretend to be somebody that you're not. Don't try to fit in and be something that you're not. Fit in for the right reasons. Fit in because you are being yourself. So that's another thing I wanted to say.
Try and still package that in a way that everybody in the audience has a good time.
But you didn't think it was going to happen.
Make people love you because you are yourself.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What happened?
I think part of it was the subconscious feeling that as a black artist, there wasn't room in such a competitive industry. I also think that there was a great feel of failure, that if I tried and failed, it would devastate me. So the easier path was to go a different way. I didn't fit into the boxes that the world was telling me I was supposed to fit in.
This combination of strategy and gut inspiration, and you need both. It started with dreams and ideas and things that were bubbling up from my subconscious, and then at some point figuring out, going on this mission to figure out what I was trying to tell myself. What's my favorite movie that hasn't been made? I'm just constantly asking myself that.
This is why horror movies are important, is because
be original. Be original, and see where that takes you. Could be some treasure, man.
this is the way that we face our fears, and to not have and explore all the images out there that people really, to not have the image of the vulnerable, frightened black person out there. We're not expressing, people aren't hearing that we are afraid, that we are in pain.
Dark, scuzzy houses. Like I like when horror movies take place in idyllic places. But something like the Overlook Hotel, it should be good. It's welcoming, it's nice, it's beautiful, it's extravagant. That's what really scares me.
My creative engine. It's a combination of my friends and family and people around me. It's a combination of all the films I've watched, and it's also this other weird thing that happens when I have a weird dream or a weird idea, and to me it's all important. At this point in my career, I'm focusing on this idea of trying to be a mirror in some ways.
Nothing really compares to the feeling of getting the audience to shudder. I loved film so much that it hurt. At a certain point, nothing beats hearing the audience be afraid and then giggle afterward.
I just feel like sound is 50% of the experience. We sit there, we watch and we listen to a movie. So
That's another thing with me. The deeper I go and the more successful I become into, this whole social media thing, I need to, and this is just a mental note for me, I need to, keep engagement, find things that are funny or silly, or find things that keep the people there. I think that's where innovation comes from, at least for me.
you have to put in as much energy into the oral experience as you do the visual.
Part of the process for me was was following the fun, and for me that meant I'm at this point where now I get to invent this secret society organization. So I did all this research about the Knights Templar, and I also knew that even though that would never make the movie, it would inform so much about the movie.
The laughter. I followed the laughter.
I've brought here my anger translator, Luther.
I realized that the only way to battle the unpleasantness of my own nightmares was to become one of the monsters, right? I mean, to be able to wield fear gives me an amazing strength.
I really nailed it with casting, first of all. Or I should say, we nailed it with casting. Thank you. Yeah,
Find the right people that will help you and help motivate you to keep going. Don't be around people that hate on you. I mean, you could use the hate as motivation, but it all depends on who you are and how you perceive things and just take things mentally. So.
those characters were so important to the movie, and yet I didn't, going into the auditioning process, have the clearest sense of what they needed to be. So Marcus and Betty brought so much just by being them. I saw the tapes, the audition tapes, and they were all performances where I was like, got it. Got the role. There was not a whole lot of digging deep with those things. I really had to spend more time with Daniel and Allison to make sure that their reactions to what they were saying were making sense to the audience.
Shelley Duvall, The Shining. Perfect. The scariest person in the movie is the good guy. She did a perfect job of committing to the fear.
The Shining.
And
that's a good movie.
From that, brought the
classic.
horror to the movie.
Kathy Bates, and her performance in Misery when I was younger. That's as good as any
Check out The Shining when you get a
character
chance.
I've ever seen portrayed. And it really taught me that horror can be in the acting.
That's gonna cap it off. If you like the video, let me know. If you have any more suggestions or videos that you would recommend me reacting to, also let me know. I'm up out of here, and I'll catch you guys later.